Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can find where the freaking crap this is. Hold up, guys. I think everybody's watching this right now, but I don't know how this is up. I don't know how this is live. Let me pull up live. View and control room. All right. Well, it looks like we're cooking. What's up, guys? What in the heck happened here? Guys, hold on a sec. I gotta take this off. I'm gonna change the title of this. I don't know how this is streaming right now, but here we are. Here we are. Somehow my lamp turned on my stream. We're chilling, I guess. And bam. Well, good afternoon, guys. Don't mind this this eye patch. I wear this when I'm on my computer because I can't see my screen otherwise. It gets pretty distracting, but hope everybody is having a fantastic day. What the? I have had such a chaotic morning. I'm gonna start off here by just telling you what's been going down because I have been in it's been a morning. So last night, or I should say this morning, I laid down for bed at probably, I don't know, I laid down at about 11, and I don't think I fell asleep until about 3:30ish. And I get woken up this morning by Alpaca. Alpaca wakes me up. He's my lawn guy. We don't have a lawn, but that's what I tell people. He wakes me up and he says, dude, aren't you supposed to be at work? And I looked at my clock. I did this number. I'm going to pull this up. I was like, I was looking at my phone and I saw the time. I was like, pissed. What just happened? I don't know how I slept through I had an alarm set for 4:30, and I guess it was literally ringing off for just freaking 4 straight hours. It was 8:45. I was supposed to be at work at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, well, I am going to be absolutely late for work, which is a terrible time to be late for work because we had our day one today, essentially just introducing ourselves to the students. And I was late for that. So that was freaking amazing. And I got to work, and we've got the freaking Citadel versus SEC thing going on. I'm at this brief. We're chilling. We're talking to the students, and this is just going off. I mean, there's a lot of people going nuts about this. They're laying some freaking scunion on this situation, and I get back to my office. I'm listening to the Citadel versus SEC lawsuit. I'm listening to Dave Lauer talk. I'm listening to some of the things they're saying about latency arbitrage. They're just sitting there. I'm listening to all this stuff, and then I get this notification that says LAMP is back, live AMC price action. I'm like, what in tarnation, Bob? Bob Saget? I don't understand how this is happening, but here we are. My guess is that Titan might have done it. What did you do this, Titan? Did you turn on my stream, buddy? Did you turn this on? I don't know how you did that because I did not schedule this stream, so I don't know. Maybe it was my cat. It might have been Titan. It might have been you. Did you do that? How'd you do that? How did you turn that on? What the? Holy nuts. You're one goofy cat. So that was the morning. I did not know that I was streaming. I don't know how long this has been ripping for, but I do appreciate everybody that's tuned in to support LAMP. I have to, in good fun, go LAMP on, LAMP off, because you know how she freaking goes. Now, in good spirit and good fun, we do have a nice green day here on AMC. It's nothing to get absolutely freaking stupid jacked over. We're up about 2% on the day, 72 cents. Don't get too excited over these small moves, right? This is all a part of the journey, part of the process, and ultimately you're just waiting for this to come back up to an uptrend. So as you can see here, I've got 6 million drawings drawn up. This is the ultimate TA. I don't know how I couldn't have the arrow drawn, so I'm going to fix that here really quick because that is a big freaking problem. We're going to draw an arrow. We're going to make this nice and green because green means money. Money is always nice. And bam. That is all that you need, is that nice arrow to signify that eventually we're going to get that nice move back to the upside. So that's the TA that we've got. But today, as you guys know, was the Citadel versus SEC hearing that took place, and a lot of people were streaming this over Twitter Spaces, and it was actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna make a video on that tonight and give my thoughts on kind of what that looked like. But what was fascinating about it is that Citadel actually admitted to committing latency arbitrage. Now you might be wondering to yourself, Trey, that is a word that is very big for my smooth brain. I thought the same thing, so I Googled it, right? Latency arbitrage is as simple as taking advantage of a difference in technology and opportunity. So if there are microsecond windows in which you can take advantage of that other players do not have access to, you're able to make money on basically stale price action. You're able to get a better overall fill, and you can actually sell your order on a market that's lagging compared to the market that you ordered it on. And that's what Citadel is fighting against, is being able to continue on with latency arbitrage. And they admitted to having done that as part of their business plan. They made money committing to latency arbitrage, and that is a fascinating thing. I'm going to dig into that in more detail later tonight, but holy crap, what a day. What a day, my friends. It has been quite the morning. I don't know if I was hacked or if Titan turned this on, or maybe Lamp turned it on. I think I should just leave Lamp on. That might have been Lamp telling me give me a sign. Holy Toledo. Titan is something else. He's chilling over by the window right now. But I suppose we're gonna hang out here. I've got about 40 minutes or so, 35 minutes until I gotta get back to work. And we can just hang out and talk and shoot the shit or whatever you guys want to do. Just so you guys know, super chats are not on, so don't worry about sending me a super chat. I'm here. I'm just chilling. I don't even, that's about it. Yeah. So whatever you guys want to do, we're just chilling out, have a conversation, talk about whatever you want. Cap and no beard. Finger guns. You're pretty good. Oh man. Didn't mean to stream, walks in the door and begins laying out top qual. I don't know, dude. I don't know how this turned on, but we are rocking. We're chilling, my friends. This is the equivalent of when you find accidentally just a bottle of Kraken somewhere, and you're just gonna not drink the bottle of Kraken. I mean, come on. Speaking of which, we do have that Kraken rocking for you guys right now. My hair looks atrocious. Holy crap. I took my PC off and I did not realize that I looked like that. Guys, why didn't you tell me that sooner? Why didn't you tell me I look like a goddamn chicken? Holy Toledo. Keenan, thanks for joining in, man. I appreciate you. The headies are already hacking. Oh, the hedgies? Oh, I guess so, man. You know, when my computer melted itself, the only thing that I can think of, allegedly, is it was Citadel. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. I think Citadel just liked my $800 computer so much that they had to melt it. I can't think of anything else. Nothing else really makes sense to me. You already know what it is. You already know. Sup, Keenan, Pirates to the Moon, love the vibe. Foon, DWAC, Mark, all dead. And they're not having great days. Mark, they all had pretty solid pre-markets. That was my consensus. 1,100 people watching Lamp. Dude, Lamp is quite the mistress. I don't know how you can argue with Lamp. I mean, Lamp, to me, is the equivalent... What's a good sidekick here? It's like a Goku Vegeta sort of vibe, except I'm not as cool as Goku or Vegeta. So maybe like a Krillin and Goku vibe. And I am Krillin and this is Goku, you know? That's the only thing that I can really I can think of. I have the pleasure of I actually like Vegeta. I think Vegeta's, or maybe Bulma. Ooh, but Bulma's kind of annoying. I don't know. Let me think of something better. What's a good example here? What's the female character's name from Jujutsu Kaisen? I can't think of it. I don't know. For now, we're gonna run with Krillin and Vegeta. That's Vegeta over there, my friends. That's one sexy lamp. You love to see it. You really do. What's up from Boston? Cat sitting on the shoulder. Oh yeah, Titan could be my parrot. Hey, come here. Oh, I know what he wants. If I give him a treat, you want a treat? Oh, he likes this stuff. Come here. You want a treat? You want a treat? Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Oh, you know what this is? Come on. Hop up. Hop up. Hey. Come on. Look. You see this? Look. 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 You want to help up, buddy? You don't want to climb? There you go. Have a treat. They're right there. Look. Look. They're right there. You goofball. Eat them. Are you just going to kick them around? Come on. You are such a strange cat. Look, you love these things. You want to be a parrot? Here we go, buddy. Life is good. Ow. All right. Have a treat. Titan's getting huge, man. He's a big cat. What about calling Lamp like Rias from high school? That's doable. That's doable. I smell lemon pepper tendies in the near future. AMC, let's go from Altoona, PA. Here's the thing about AMC, guys, right? Patience. And I say this over and over and over and over and over, but this is the problem with what happens when people will set dates. And I have to be honest with you. I made predictions in the past. I've said, look, I think that if this, then that. And even that sometimes has let people down. The truth of the matter is this. If you look at AMC on a daily chart and you don't expect any sort of money by any sort of time frame, how can you look at this chart and not think to yourself that it looks phenomenal? It's gone from $2 to a high of 72 and it's currently trading at 37. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. And I do understand there are people who bought somewhere in this range who might not be green right now, right? I totally get that. I understand. I get where you're coming from, but zoom out. Look at this. You had a parabolic spike. I guarantee this is a thought that's crossed my mind in the past where you have to battle those doubts. When it was at 25 bucks and I got smoked on that, I got absolutely freaking obliterated when it was back down to 5. I just had to sit there and be patient and think to myself, I have conviction in this trade. I think it's going to trade higher. I don't think this is where it's going to stay. And I can say the same exact thing about where AMC is right now. I do not think this is as high as it's going to go. There's more room on the table. Patience. View it as a savings account. When you put money into this, don't expect it by any sort of date, right? You come down to that. You look at it like that. You're freaking chilling. TMI's box. Welcome, my dude. Pleasant surprise to see you. Yeah, it is. It's not a bad thing. We're in a nice situation right now. This ain't bad. Is the camera kind of blurry? Oh no, it looks good. It looks good to me. Live Trey. I know this is a strange situation, man. I don't know what we're doing here. This is something freaking stellar. Sometimes in life, you just get thrown the most insane curveballs, and you just gotta catch them. Like freaking Redbeard, man. That's what I'm telling you. Looks like you need me on the mod squad here. Oh, yeah, I got you. Also, I probably don't need that pinned message anymore. I'm going to pin this. Lamp somehow started my stream. Either that or Titan chilling out for lunch. There we go. I'm going to get myself a Pop-Tart real quick because I haven't eaten anything yet today. You didn't even eat your treats, buddy. You want your food? All right. Pirate's favorite letter? What is that? Joanne says, will AMC MOAS have held or will it just be a savings account? I'm not here to tell you what this price is going to reach, but I do think AMC is going to reach new all-time highs, and I do think it's going to squeeze, or I wouldn't be talking about it, because I'll tell you this right now. I'm not here to bullshit you guys. From day one, I've told you if I think the stock's going to go down or I think the stock's going to go up. If I think the stock's going to go down for a prolonged period of time, I'm here to tell you, absolutely, 150%, because you guys deserve that. You guys deserve to know if the stock has potential to go on a downtrend. If I think the stock's got more upside, I'm here to tell you the exact same thing. That's ultimately what I'm here for, right? I'm not here to influence your decisions on when to buy and when to sell. Only lay out information that I'm bullish on the stock. And I have been since January 26th when I first talked about this thing when it was trading at $2, $3, $4, right? I believe in the squeeze. That's as simple as it is. And my conviction can't be swayed by naysayers or doubters or people putting out information and opinions that conflict with mine. Because you're going to have that, right? It's okay to have conflicting interests per se, but that does not change my perspective unless the information laid out in front of me is different, right, than my convictions. And they're not. This stock to me is a goddamn safe haven for Tendy Town, for Kraken Kingdom, for Chicken Church. I am just waiting for the day. That's ultimately what it is, right? I'm just chilling. I'm waiting out. Let me tell you something. You are the strangest cat. Why are you laying like that? Titan sprawled out on the floor like this on his back. He's got his back legs just freaking kicked out and his top legs kicked out like this. He's chilling. Guys, so there's actually something pretty interesting that's popped up right. Oh, I've got TMI. Hold on a sec. What's up, brother?
Look at this tiring.
You cool if I put you on speaker?
Yeah.
All right, word. Dude, I don't know how this happened, but I was at work and I got a notification from my channel that said Trey's Trades is streaming, and the title was "Lamp is Back, AMC Live Price Action." I was like, what the? I don't know how this thing started, but we're chilling. We're chilling. We're having a good time. I'm just chatting with the chat, you know?
I just now the stream was like, yo, Trey's looking like a pirate streamer, and I was like, what the heck did this guy do? What? And I'm looking at the stream, I'm like, oh, you have the iPod going on right now. Is everything good with the pirate patch?
Yeah, dude, I'm wearing this because I can't read my screen otherwise. I've got a couple floaters. I talked to my brother-in-law, he's an optometrist, and he says the vitreous, which is like the gel in your eye, he thinks that some of that gel detached from my retina, which is causing like they look like donuts, like black donuts floating in my eye in a couple different spots. And I just like, it's just disorienting if I look at my screen without it, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm popping this on and it gets that out of the view.
There's got to be some sort of, Simpsons episode where you can kind of point that as an example where Homer's just seeing donuts in his eyes and something like that. Something along those lines. We'll find it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, dude.
Hopefully that clears up. Did you hear about the trials, the court case that started? Like, did you listen in a little bit?
Oh yeah, I was listening to that live on the AMC, not AMC, but the Twitter Space calls. I tuned in about half of it. I had some stuff going on at work this morning. When I was done, I tuned in, and the Citadel admitted to essentially committing to latency arbitrage, which is a fascinating concept. I mean, if they are fighting this hard over microseconds worth of trading advantage, just imagine all the very fine lines they're riding in the rest of the market regarding payment for order flow, regarding off-exchange trading, regarding everything, dude. I mean, it's out there. That's insane. I mean, to me, that's a confirmation to the beliefs that apes have held for a very long time. I mean, it's a fucking beautiful thing. I shouldn't be swearing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Mom. Mom, if you're watching.
You're good. I think it was amazing that they admitted it was happening 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just say it's happening now. They said it's been happening for a long period of time. So when I heard that, I was just like, oh, so this is a whole new ballgame now. Like, their argument was basically framed on the fact that the opposing team did not make a good enough argument.
It's it's an interesting concept to me, man. This is basically what I gathered from it, right? Citadel comes out and they say, we do not think that delimit orders are in the best interest of retail. And basically everybody else is like, so latency arbitrage. And they're like, yeah, but.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Like, but you didn't say that. It's like, we're saying it right now. Yeah, but you didn't say it in your brief. And you didn't show me an exact example of, let's let the markets decide. Because, we don't want too much interference. AKA, we don't want too much interference if it's not going to line our pockets every single day that we're in office.
Dude, that's exactly it. This is the number one way to make money in the market, is to make money off of other people's trades. That's what market makers do. Those are the biggest winners in the market, are market makers. And if you take away the slight advantage that these guys paid who knows how much money for to have that microsecond advantage, obviously they're not going to be happy about that, because they're trying to take advantage of latency arbitrage. They're trying to take advantage of equipment that most trading firms and market makers don't have.
And then the amount of time that they said that they represent retail, I really want, I want to be there on this. That can happen, right? But when they said they represent retail, they represent the worst aspect of the retail experience. They didn't complete that sentence. They kind of stopped. Like, we represent retail, ... We represent the hard times of retail. We represent, like, the robbery of retail that they're not even inclined to see. You know what I mean? Like, they are they're the devil in the darkness right now, but slowly comes to light. And I don't know if you got it trending right now, but we were trending to like 3 or 4, I think, in the States.
Yep.
With Citadel's not retail, so looking good. Looking good.
It's freaking money, dude. Are you streaming right now?
I am. People are listening to you right now too.
That's funny. That's funny, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Something crazy. You gonna do something crazy?
Do I have something crazy?
No, were you gonna say something crazy?
No, you know, who knows? Who knows? No, I'm playing. I got nothing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna freaking kick it for 25 minutes here, and I suppose get back to work. But dude, this is it's good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, like I'll call you later on today because I kind of have to check back to see kind of what we spoke about last time, see what's going on your end, and then about your next trip that's coming up. But we'll talk again.
All right, sounds good, brother. Catch you later.
All right, you good.
Peace. So that has been the news of the day. If you have not kept up, essentially, with what's going on, I'm going to pull this up on my screen here really quick. Give me just a second. If you haven't been keeping up with the Citadel versus SEC hearing, that has been the buzz of the day and of the last, I'd say the weekend, honestly. A lot of people are very, very excited about this, and Dave Lauer has been absolutely on top of it. If you guys don't follow Dave Lauer on Twitter, I think he's a phenomenal follower. He's very intelligent. I had a conversation with him about this ahead of time last week. The guy is an ex-Citadel employee. He worked there for about 9 months, so he wasn't there long enough to be like a top dog, war dog, so to speak, of the company. But he does know enough about their practices to be able to speak on it. And he was in this space call today, Citadel versus SEC, off the record, no recording, not financial advice, etc., talking about what's going down with the Citadel versus SEC hearing. And his fixation has been on how incredible it is to have Citadel admit publicly that 10 to 12 years ago, they committed to latency arbitrage. And who knows about the space in between, right? You can only assume, since they are fighting this at an SEC hearing, that they are still committing to some form of latency arbitrage if they're fighting so hard to keep things the way that they are, right? And he actually brought me an interesting concept. Dave Lauer brought this up. He said, or it wasn't Dave Lauer, another individual, but think about it like this. When IEX had proposed this delimit order. Delimit orders, essentially, their purpose being to combat latency arbitrage, to not have stale price action, not to have that microsecond advantage for some firms to use better technology to take advantage of retail investors, institutional investors, etc. Before that had happened, right? Citadel was the only opposing force. Nobody else had jumped in and said, hey, look, we've got a problem with this. But once Citadel had gone up to bat and said, look, we do not approve of this, we think this is not for the best interest of retail investors, you had other people start to back Citadel, which to me introduces to you the power of Citadel. And that is a very interesting concept to me, and where you really shouldn't have a duopoly such as you have with Citadel and Virtu. So I'm pretty interested to see how this goes. And actually, I was impressed with the way that this was actually handled. There were some great questions asked. I think they were actually focusing on the fact that this is probably, we're having this conversation in the first place because Citadel is trying to take advantage of what Citadel wants. It's an interesting concept. I'm very happy with it. Dave Lauer is on top of it. I mean, I really do recommend having a follow here. We don't want exchanges to interfere with market forces themselves. I love this. They should have specified only when that interferes with latency arbitrage rather than facilitates it. So you get the picture, right? Citadel, to me, if they're fighting so hard for microseconds, imagine how hard they're fighting for multiple seconds or multiple minutes or an hour or a day or perhaps what happened in freaking January. I mean, come on, guys. This is just out there, and it's too obvious. This, to me, is something that could get the ball rolling and where you could actually subpoena somebody like Citadel to really make some progress. So I'm pretty jacked. This is a very, very entertaining day, and I could not have started any better. Being late for work and really getting my juice flowing in my body. But here we are. We're chilling. Citadel is Metal Gear. I suppose so. AMC on the day is up about 1.15%. I have not updated on the short interest or anything like that as of late, but not many major changes have been taking place. I'll give you a brief update in terms of what that looks like. Down on the day about 0.85%, sitting at 16.23% short interest. I don't pay too much attention to this on a day-to-day basis. I'm more entertained by the overall trend, which is why I've not been updating so much on the day-to-day technicals and the day-to-day data, as you would see with the different things that I'm trying to push, right? So I'm trying to push players in the game that I think are influencing the stock market, players in the game that are trying to manipulate the way that people think about AMC stock and the stock market. I'm trying to focus on corruption, the SEC lawsuits, and I'm going to continue to do that because I do think that where you're going to see real change come next is not necessarily within just the price action and just buying pressure. I think you also are going to see this turn into a Federal Reserve, an SEC, a financial committee, right? This is going to get into the eyes of multiple people, and that's where I think the big change comes from, is change in policy and change in regulation so that these sort of things can't happen again, where people can take away the buy button and people can commit to latency arbitrage and payment for order flow can take advantage of people for decades, while Bernie Madoff, the creator of payment for order flow, literally had to serve time, but he did not have to get rid of the creation that he pioneered, right? So that's what I'm focusing on, and I will update AMC's price action on a day, not a day-to-day basis, but as often as I can. Nonetheless, it's all the same fight, my friends. So that's kind of what we're rocking with. How can we get Adam Aaron to do a dividend or a share recall, or is my question out to lunch? That's a good question, man. So Adam Aaron doing a share recall or a dividend, that ultimately, the dividend comes down to how much cash on hand AMC has. So in the current situation, I made a video about this yesterday. AMC is a net negative sort of cash position. They have more liabilities than they do assets, meaning they have more debt than they have convertible cash. So I think for them to be able to issue a dividend, I do think it's possible. I think it'll happen down the road, but they just have to put themselves in a better cash on hand position than they're currently sitting in right now. So for that question, I think that's probably your answer. In terms of a share recall, that's ultimately not something that I can convince Adam Aaron to do. That comes down to whether or not he feels there is a purpose and a reason for it. Now, I don't talk with Adam Aaron on the phone every day, but it is something I've talked to him about before, and he had no comment. So that's what I have to say about that. Dividends are rare when a company is in debt, I think. Yeah, so you're spot on the money, not me. You're spot on the money. It's something that I think they could do if they can get themselves into a cash convertible position instead of a debt position. And they're just not there yet. They're improving, right? Quarter over quarter, they're definitely doing better. I mean, you look at their financials, you look at the income statements. Not that this is important, right, for a squeeze play, but it is important for the company. They are improving, right? Q1 to Q2 is a massive increase, almost 300% year over year is a 2,200% increase. They just have to continue that overall trend. And that's where I think you're going to see the dividends come into play. Thank you for not taking money. Don't worry about it, Joe. I mean, I'm here for an hour. I got the ad revenue. I'm not stressing over it. And, you know, I used to do super chats, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I stopped doing it. The reason that I stopped doing super chats, and I would always tell people this, right? I'd much rather you bought stock, you invested in yourself rather than donating to me if you had to choose between one or the other. You know, I always said that. But where I think my fault is it's a gray area. I don't feel right taking money, especially with something where I think there's emotions tied along with it. So I stopped doing that. And I haven't been live streaming for a while, so it really hasn't affected many things. But when I do live stream, it is going to be off, at least for now, especially if I'm talking directly about AMC stock. I'd much rather you guys take care of yourselves. I'm doing absolutely fine, right? I want you guys to feed yourselves first and foremost. So if I have an interview or something, maybe it's a different story. But regarding just sitting here bullshitting, having a conversation, you know, whatever, I'm chilling. It's all good. All's good in the hood. Oh, man. We have straight up missed kicking it with you, man. I've been following you since January, bro. Much love, my guy. Dude, Miles, I can't even tell you. Everybody always says they miss when I was live streaming. And let me tell you something right now. I miss it probably more than you guys did. And here's why. When I started my YouTube channel back in December, I was not in a good space, not mentally anyways. So as everybody knows, or most people that follow my channel, I have a heart condition. It's a PFO, a hole between my left and right ventricle. And I was having heart attacks, ladder infarctions. And I had to stop my lifelong passion, which was to qualify for the Olympic trials and the marathon. And I was actually getting somewhere. I was getting pretty decent. My 10-mile PR was 50 minutes, 40 seconds, 5:04 a mile. I was getting somewhere. I felt pretty jacked. And I had to quit abruptly, out of nowhere. 10 years of my life just down the drain. And I was in a dark space. You throw on top of that I was kind of isolated. I didn't really have friends, and I'm an extroverted guy. As you can tell, I love freaking shooting the shit with people. I love talking. I don't like doing nothing. I was not in a good spot. I was in a bad spot. And these live streams to me were like community. It was like family. It was an opportunity to speak and be able to connect with people in a way that I couldn't do by myself. So I miss it more than you guys probably do, for real, because I love the community. I love chatting with everybody. I love talking about whatever you guys want to talk about and just keeping it real. So once this is the thing, right? When I'm full time, when I'm eventually out of the military and I can do what I want to do with YouTube, with the stock market, these will become a more regular occurrence again, and I can promise you that. All right. Another interesting thing that's happening right now is the idea of taxing unrealized capital gains. Now, this is a concept that to me is absolutely absurd. I cannot believe that for a second. Let me pull up someone for you that I think sums it up in a very good way. I'm going to just prep this up here on my top screen. Show it to you. Unrealized capital gains is not a thing. Do not normalize it. Call it out for what they are proposing. Unlawful seizure of personal property. Now think about it like this. What does this mean? Unrealized capital gains. Taxing unrealized capital gains. To tax unrealized capital gains, for instance, to put it in the standards of AMC, it would mean if you bought AMC in January, and right now it is October. If this was to happen tomorrow, if it got passed tomorrow and they were to tax you tomorrow on unrealized capital gains, you've been holding your position for 10 months. You haven't hit that sell button. You've got freaking diamond balls, diamond ovaries, whatever. You're chilling. You're having a good time. And they taxed you on it. They taxed you on something that you do not physically own yet. You don't physically have that money because it's paper money. It's basically just unrealized. It's exactly what it is. It's unrealized gains. They could have the potential to tax you on money that you might never actually get, right? So let's put it this way. Let's say, for example, just a different stock entirely, Microsoft. Let's say that Microsoft tomorrow was, I'll put it like this. $309. Today, you get taxed on unrealized capital gains. You bought it at $250. Right now, it's trading at $309. And they decide to tax you today on unrealized capital gains. And then tomorrow, it drops. It absolutely just plummets. Maybe the CEO gets caught in a scandal. Maybe they get caught with fraud, whatever. And it plummets to $200. But you got taxed at $309. You see the problem here? They're taxing you on money that you never got to realize that wasn't in your bank account yet. Not even in your brokerage account yet because you actually haven't realized it. It's an absurd concept. I view it as theft. I view that as theft, and that's something to me that we should probably be pretty decently vocal about. Pardon the cough, guys. I'm kind of getting over a cold, but nonetheless, that's what you got rocking right now. And this is something that I'm actually going to make a video on probably tomorrow, because today I want to focus on that Citadel versus SEC hearing. But nonetheless, that is something that I think people should also be vocal about. And these things all tie together to the corruption that we're all fighting against, right? It's not just this singular stock. It's also how are market makers taking advantage of retail? How is the Federal Reserve taking advantage of retail? How are people being complacent in the way that we fight against market corruption and manipulation? Because it goes far beyond the single ticker, right? The single ticker to me is the representation and culmination of people's anger towards the freaking screwed up system, you know? What is this Let's Go Brandon thing? What the hell is Let's Go Brandon? I don't know if I understand that. I see this all over the place now. Let's Go Brandon? What is that? I don't know what that is. I've got a buddy named Brandon. Unless you guys are all talking about my buddy Brandon. Brandon Quibell. I call him Quentin. Not to be confused with Quentin from my video that I put out about donuts. Not to be confused with that in the least bit. Let's go, Brandon. Look it up. I don't know what that is. I just see it all over the place. I thought it was a bot. Oh. Well, I'm gonna leave that for what it is. The chat's going nuts. Oh, geez. Well, I'm just gonna pretend that it's a meme or something. I don't know. Thoughts on Sheeb. I think this is a pretty interesting segue, right? Sheeb. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, GameStop, AMC, all these different securities, right? You could argue they're different things, Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. Shiba Inu to me is a diamond ball, diamond ovary sort of play. It's a community. It's a community-based security where you have what I would consider to be sort of an ape stock, an ape security, where people buy and hold the stock because they believe in the message that that security represents. They also believe in the people on the left and on the right, that they stand for the same message as that stock, as Shiba Inu. I think SHIB, especially with their burning of coin, has the potential to go to 1 cent like people are talking about. I'm not personally playing it. I'm not in Shiba Inu. That's not something that I'm in, right? My baby for me is AMC. It's Amy. I love my mistress Amy. She's always taking me there. She's made me one happy chicken, and that's my focus. But if you're in the Shiba Inu community, my friends, have at it. That's ultimately what I care about, is that you have a community and people on your left and on your right that have the same mission in mind as you, that want the same things as you, as long as it's positive, right? And it's going to do good things for people. So I think it's, I mean, you can't look at SHIB and think to yourself, wow, that looks like shit, because it doesn't. It looks phenomenal. It's been an absolute ripper. I saw a statistic that said if you bought $1,000 of Shiba Inu in January, you'd have $500 million, which is actually factual. It's nuts. I don't know how you catch a move like that, but if there's anybody out there who bought $1,000 of SHIB back in January, please let me know, because that is absolutely ridiculous. That's nuts. Guys, I can't talk politics. I can't do that. We got to drop that out of the chat. That's not for me. You guys can have the discussion all you want, right? As somebody in the military, and personally, just my own views. I don't like talking politics, so that's out of the question here. And legally, I can't. I legally can't do that, especially not in uniform. Ultimately, my friends, we're all on the same team, right? We're all apes. We all believe in market injustice being spoken out about, noise being spoken out about. I just want to see change in my lifetime for the future people to come. I want people to make money, and I want the apes to be recognized as a group within the stock market that is not going anywhere, that's going to make change for people to come, right? Because that's what it is. You were watching, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. There's bulls, there's bears, and now there's apes. I view apes as a new breed within the stock market that ultimately are changing the way it works. And it's fucking beautiful, and I love it. And that's where I think the main focus should be. Right now, what separates us, because there's millions of things. You could put 4 million people in a room and make them talk about a slice of white bread. And you know what will happen? Those 4 million people are not going to agree that that bread is a piece of white bread. But if you're all focusing on something that brings you to a common objective, you all have the same common goal, which is what the apes stand for, that's what matters. And that's what I want people to focus on. I think that's what's important. But ultimately, you guys do what you want to do. I'm just telling you some freaking random chicken's opinions about what he thinks, and who gives a ding dong about some freaking pirate with a pirate cat. Parrot cat, whatever you want to call him. I don't know where he is. Where'd you go, buddy? He always hides in the most crazy places. All right. The SEC lawyer was awful, but the IEX. Oh, Ken Griffin in the chat. Drop some freaking gorillas in the chat for Ken Griffin. And it's such an honor to have you here, man. I'll tell you what, Kenny. It is unbelievable to me that you would take the time to come over here and admit to us how much you love IEX. I know it's a hard thing to admit publicly. I know during that court hearing you probably couldn't do it. You probably couldn't come out and say, "Man, I just love IEX. I wish I could get in bed with these guys and just have a freaking blast." But you can't do it. I know. The lawyers tie you down, but we know how you feel. We know how you feel. We know how it really is. Absolutely. All right. A few months ago, you reacted to one of my videos and liked it. Would love to see your reaction again to my newest MOAS trailer. I have to go in about 5 minutes here, so I'm not going to be able to check it out right now. But if you bring that up the next time that I've got a video posted, I'll definitely check that out for you, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been looking for you, Kenny. Kenny's handcuffed. You guys come up with the craziest names. I love some of the usernames on YouTube. Honestly, the YouTube comments are the most beautiful thing because it's just filled with freaking degenerates. I'm a degenerate. I love being a degenerate. I tell you what, some of you guys is, I tell you what, I think the Trey's Trades comment section, the Trey's Trades live stream comment section has got some of the most crazy inside jokes. Guys, I'll tell you what right now. You want that Trey's OnlyFans, baby? Let me. No, I'm just playing. I think back on a lot of those jokes, and when the day comes when I can do this more consistently, we'll get some more rocking. The lack of AMC content across the board is what's hurting us. Says All My Choice. We need more eyes. I'm doing my part, right? I can only control myself, the same as we can only control our individual selves. So what I am trying to do is what I think is going to essentially drive the change that could be a catalyst to AMC for a MOAS, right? Let me put it to you this way. People have asked me all the time, Trey, what would be a catalyst for AMC to squeeze? Would it be this fundamental reason or that fundamental reason or this fundamental reason? If you want it to be a fundamental catalyst, AMC would have to increase their annual revenue 10 times over, 20 times over, because at that point it's a value play. But is that something realistic to see over the next 2 quarters, 3 quarters? It could happen, right? Anything's possible, but it's improbable. What I think would be the ultimate catalyst is for something to change or something to get exposed that proves what happened in January was wrong to the public in an actual legal document. And I'm fighting for that. That's what I want to see. I want to see why the buy button was stolen back in January. I want to know why Citadel went silent for 8 months. I want to know the relationship that was had between Robinhood and Citadel with that whole debacle. Those are things, tangible things that I think could drive AMC. That's what I'm focused on. I want to see that. Because ultimately, I can sit here and talk about on a day-to-day basis, the 1% moves up, 1% moves down, 2% moves up, 2% moves down. But right now, that's what's happening, right? There's really not much to comment on a day-to-day basis in terms of the price action. Versus, there's a lot of crazy things happening in the legal realm, in the Citadel realm, in the Robinhood realm, in the SEC realm. Those are all important facets that aren't sexy by any means, but they are important. When you went to college with Trey, dude, what's up? Hey, Caleb, it's been a minute, dude. It's good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. I went to college with that guy. We were in ROTC together. He's also a stock market guy. You kind of got me interested in finance, dude. So if you guys want to drop some grills in the chat for Caleb, I appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you. Lamp off, lamp on. I can do that for you. Oh, check these out, guys. This was sent to me in the mail. This is pretty sick. It's not a dead cat and a gorilla. Pretty freaking dope. I think this is the coolest shit ever. Coolest thing since they created Kraken straight from the freaking Black Abyss. You really love to see it. Kenpachi plus lamp equals life. Oh, man. Caleb! 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 Personally, I like strawberry and chocolate donuts. Oh, there you go, man. There you go. Hell yeah. All right, guys. I got to get back to work. This was a nice surprise. This is a blessing in disguise. I missed you guys. I really did. And I'm going to leave it off with this, right? Every time I have a live stream, every time I have a video, I want it to have some focal moment, some pivotal, centralized idea. And my idea here is this. Back between February and April, even May, when AMC was doing the sideways trading, the nonsense, right? The fluff, the boring part of the burger, the sesame seeds on the bun, right? There was fun. There was doubts, uncertainties. There was noise. There was infiltration. There was outsiders, naysayers saying it's not going to do what I think it's going to do. You know, and we're in a different situation now, right? We don't live in a vacuum. Things are never going to be the same on a day-to-day basis. Things always change. But what I view right now as is the patience part. It's the sideways fluff, boring shit in the middle that is necessary to drive what is to come. You guys know what you stand for. I know what I stand for. And AMC to me, my friends, is as simple as this. I believe in a more fair and just market for my friends, for my community, for my family, for everybody out there who deserves a fair shot at having financial success. And we live in a rigged system. We do. And AMC to me is a play. It is a community that stands for that. It's so much further beyond just a stock. It means when you buy, right? This is as simple as it gets. When you buy AMC and you hold that stock, you become an ape. And an ape stands for something. It stands for fighting against injustice in the market, believing in the community, believing in the people who want the same mission as you, which is change for the better, for the bad actors to get exposed and punished for what they've done. Because ultimately, lots of people are stolen from and will be continued to be stolen from unless change happens. And that's what this is about to me, my friends. Remember that. Remember what you're fighting for. That's as simple as it gets, my friends. I'll tell you what, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and I'll wrap it up. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. As always, you guys are the freaking bee's knees. You are you are the eye patch to my Deadeye Collins, baby. I'll wrap it up with this. You guys matter to me so much. Every day, I come onto YouTube, I come onto Twitter, and I'm a punching bag. And I don't mind that. That's part of the game. But I'll be a punching bag every day of the week, all day long, because I know what I'm fighting for matters. And I know it's going to change people's lives, just like you guys are fighting for, you know? Just like the community's fighting for. Any good change comes with noise. That's what I've got for you guys. Video will be coming out later tonight. Hopefully y'all are having a freaking swell, blessed day, right? I absolutely love everybody. Catch y'all on the next one. As always, much love. Light taps. Peace. Oh, that is not the right button. We'll try that again. Much love. Light taps right there on the